While doing dishes, my landlord asked, "Did you unplug the extension cord in the basement?" I dried my hands. "Yeah, last night around 11 p.m. Why?" I responded. My landlord Casper's knees buckled and he started hitting his head against the wall repeatedly. "Whoa, what's wrong?" "It's just an extension cord." I reached out to stop him from hurting himself, but he shoved me back with surprising force. He fumbled for his phone with shaking hands. "She's gone." 11:23 p.m. Exactly like they warned me. Tears were streaming down his face as he spoke to someone. Yes, the power was cut. 12 minutes. That's all it took. Before I could process what was happening, the basement door flew open and Mrs. Delacroix from the unit below mine came charging up. She took one look at me and screamed, "Murderer!" So loud my ears rang. "What are you talking about?" I backed against the kitchen counter, completely lost. She collapsed next to Casper, both of them sobbing. 47 days, she wailed. "We kept her alive for 47 days and you killed her in 12 minutes. Kept who alive? What's happening?" My phone started blowing up with texts from other tenants. "Monster. How could you? We all heard what you did. Cops are coming." The building's maintenance guy Tiago burst through my door without knocking. "You sick bastard." I told Casper not to rent to outsiders. He had a wrench in his hand like he was considering using it. "The orange cord?" He shook his head in disbelief. "The one that runs up through the PVC pipe that we all check 3 times a day?" "It was just an extension cord." My voice cracked with panic. "Just an extension cord?" Mrs. Delacroix laughed hysterically. "That cord was the only thing between her and death." Casper finally looked at me, his eyes red and swollen. 2 weeks. "You've been here 2 weeks and you've destroyed everything." I explained the basement rules when you moved in. He was shaking with rage. "I showed you the locked cabinet, the medical equipment. You showed me where the laundry was. That's it. There was no locked cabinet." I was desperate now. More people started flooding into my apartment. The couple from 3C, the old man from the first floor, even the food delivery drivers who serviced our building regularly, they all looked at me with pure hatred. "I delivered her medications just yesterday," the pharmacy tech said quietly. $12,000 worth, all useless now. "She trusted us," someone said. "She trusted us to keep her safe. We had shifts," another tenant sobbed. 24/7 monitoring, until you came." Mrs. Delacroix pulled out her phone showing a schedule. "Look, your name isn't even on the care rotation, because you refused to help when we asked." "What care rotation? Nobody asked me anything." Sirens wailed outside. Through my window I could see 3 police cars and an ambulance pulling up, but the ambulance didn't rush. The EMTs moved slowly, like they already knew it was too late. 11:23, Casper kept repeating. "The machines would have alarmed at 11:11 when the power cut. She had 12 minutes of battery backup, 12 minutes of oxygen left." My stomach turned to ice. "The humming," someone whispered. "He must have heard the machines humming through the ceiling. How could he not know? We were so close." Mrs. Delacroix wept. "The lung transplant was next week. She just needed 1 more week." 2 police officers entered my apartment. One of them already had handcuffs out. "Ma'am, we need you to come with us." "I didn't know," I pleaded. "There was no sign on the cord, no explanation. How was I supposed to know someone's life support was plugged into a random orange extension cord?" Casper's face turned dark. "That extension cord ran up through the ceiling to Mrs. Antonov's apartment. Her granddaughter Vera, 7 years old with cystic fibrosis. Her ventilator, her oxygen concentrator, her feeding pump, everything that kept her alive was plugged into that cord. The power went out at 11:11 when you unplugged it," Mrs. Delacroix said. "The backup battery only lasts 12 minutes. At 11:23 p.m., her ventilator stopped. She suffocated in her sleep while her grandmother was in the bathroom." "A little girl is dead because you unplugged an extension cord to do your laundry," Tiago spat. "But there was no sign. Nothing saying it was medical equipment." I was sobbing now too. The officer stepped forward with the handcuffs. "You're under arrest for involuntary manslaughter." Full story on channel, link below.